So what is iconography? Icon comes from the Greek word icon, which means image. Iconography is a term for the process of art historians interpreting the content of images. When an artist creates an image which intentionally uses iconography, it means that they are using iconic symbols which have certain meanings in certain contexts. These symbols can add a story to an image or create subtext, if that makes sense. If not, here's an example. As humans, we tend to personify things, assigning them more meaning than they actually have. My favourite example of this are the seasons. In many paintings, the seasons are represented as humans. Spring is often portrayed as a young woman surrounded by flowers and represents fertility, so she might also be pregnant. Summer, on the other hand, is illustrated as a mature woman with a sickle, symbolising the harvest of wheat which occurs during this season. Autumn is an older woman carrying grapes and a basket full of fruit. This represents the harvesting of grapes to make wine and the process of aging. Finally, winter is an old man wrapped in warm clothing and focuses on the hunt, due to the fact that there is nothing to harvest during the winter. Each season also has its own element: air for spring, fire for summer, earth for autumn, and water for winter. Moving on. Each season can also be associated with the time of day: the spring with dawn, summer with noon, autumn with twilight, and winter with night. Because pets are the greatest thing ever, let's give the seasons animals too. In Orphic mythology, in ancient Greece, there's this guy called Phanes, who's apparently the original god of the universe. He has many strange features, but the one we're interested in are his many heads. For some reason, the 4 animal heads of Phanes are associated with each season. The head of the ram is spring, the lion is summer, the bull is autumn, and the snake is winter. So some artists may use these animals in their depiction of the seasons. However, depending on context, the animals may differ. Using all of these symbols, we can now create an image to convey a story. Here, a youthful pregnant spring and her pet ram are surrounded by flowers and life on a cloudy morning. In religious art, the spring is considered to represent the rebirth of Christ and the redemption of the soul. On the other hand, in mythological art, spring represents rebirth and fertility. Furthermore, in Greek mythology, spring is represented by Persephone. And finally, in Roman mythology, spring is depicted as Flora, the protectress of pregnant women. On a sunny afternoon, Summer is harvesting wheat alongside her faithful lion, next to a tree ripe with fruits. Summer is viewed as the maturing of humanity and is associated with a strong temperament of leadership. The Greek goddess of the summer is Demeter, goddess of the harvest and mother of Persephone. At dusk, Autumn is sampling and eating the grapes from her harvest. Her bull stands behind her as she sits on a barrel of wine. In some Western art, the autumn landscape can be seen as an allegory for aging and the coming of death. The Greek god of autumn is Dionysus, being the god of the grapevine. His story is a strange one, but because he is the inventor of wine, he's all right by me. Finally, we have the elderly winter standing with his snake coiled on his walking stick in the dark of night as he oversees wintry things like hunters in the snow and ice skaters. Winter is seen as the inevitable ending of life. Hades is the deity of the winter due to his abduction of Persephone. As a result of mediation made by Zeus, Persephone can stay with Demeter during the spring and summer, and with Hades during the remaining seasons. Therefore, the subsequent deterioration of life in the autumn and winter are caused by Demeter's depression. I hope this example has inspired you to look further into iconography and find out more for yourself. All of the information in this video is inspired by the book Symbols and Allegories in Art. If you enjoyed this video and want more details, I highly recommend that you read this book. You can find further information in the links in the bio.